The reason overall inflation has gone up is because good prices have really gone up. And the poster child for that is this massive increase in the rice price, right? Like rice prices doubling over the course of the last year or so. Obviously, rice is a particularly important product in every Asian economy, and Japan is no exception to that. And so what does that mean? That is a big negative shock for the consumer sector, because if prices of goods go up, wages aren't going up by the same amount, that eats into consumer incomes. And so the other thing to bear in mind today is that Japan has faced not one shock, but two shocks. One shock is what's happening with tariffs. The second shock is this big increase in import prices, and that can be in rice prices, and that can be seen very clearly in this big fall in consumer confidence that's happened over the course of the last 6 months. It started to happen well before Trump was elected, and certainly before Trump started to talk about tariffs. And so again, think about where we are with the economy and where we were 6 months ago. You can make a very strong case that Japan was in this position where the BOJ would finally be able to raise interest rates above 0.5% because the economy was in quite a good position, transitioning away from goods price inflation towards services price inflation, where wages were rising, inflation was sustainably 2%, interest rates of 0.5% are really far too low. Where we are today is that Japan has suffered two shocks which have interfered in that process. One, which is at the front of the mind for the BOJ, is what's happening with tariffs. But there's a second shock, which is an increase in goods prices, which has eaten into consumer confidence and has started to threaten that strongest bit of the economy, which is services and the non-manufacturing side, because incomes in Japan are being squeezed.